What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel is Just Saying. Tonight we're talking about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 6, Episode number 8, you guys. This episode wasn't all that exciting. Not a lot happened in the episode, but we did get introduced to the second new housewife. Y'all, my shoulder pads making me feel a little, I don't know, a little much. I don't know, I might have to cut these shoulder pads out. Let me see. Ooh. My brow showing. I'm gonna have to cut these bad boys. I have to cut up in there and stuff. I don't know what is going on. Anyways, y'all, let's move on. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 6, Episode number 8. So we open up this episode with, we're at Bethany's store, the second store, the pop-up shop that she opened up in the Hamptons. So we are there. She is hosting a book signing for Bethany's latest book. What is it called? Somebody I don't know much about relationships or something crazy like that. I don't know what her latest book is. So all the ladies come and Kyle tells Bethenny that she feels like she offended Erica the night before about, all the stuff that she was saying as far as Erica's video and, the quality of it and all of that. And Bethenny's like, well, do you think I offended her? Okay, well, maybe I did, but, So, as soon as the rest of the ladies get there, Bethenny pulls Erica to the side, and it's just like, I feel bad because Kyle said that I offended you. And Erica's like, no, you didn't offend me. And she's like, I apologize and this and that. And, they agree just to move on. But Erica's kind of looking at her like, bitch, whatever. I wasn't worried about you last night, and I'm not worried about you now, okay? You cannot cause a reaction out of me because I don't care. All right, Erika is she's just really like laid back, and she just kind of lets things that people say, roll off of her shoulder. I think that comes from just being really happy with her life. Like normally when you're really happy with your life, you don't really take a lot of things too seriously, and you don't really dwell on things that people say because you're like, I'm fabulous, my life is fabulous, and it is what it is. So Erica's just like, girl, I ain't worried about you. Anyways, you guys, I'm still a little sick, so I just don't have the enthusiasm tonight. Anyways, so we see Kyle's aunt. I can't remember what she said her aunt's name was, and her first cousin. They came to the book signing as well. It's nice to see some normal looking people in Kyle's family, people that aren't all Botoxed and looking like they got attitude for no reason, like her sister Kathy does. Anyways. So they, her aunt brings it's her mom's sister. She brings her pictures of her mom from when her mom was younger and things like that. It makes Kyle a little emotional, to think about her mom. But she's like, it's nice to have her family there to support her or whatever. And then they have like a discussion. So they're having a discussion at the same time that the other ladies are having a discussion, and they're both talking about Kim. I hear her tell her aunt that, her aunt's like, I need to call her. She's like, yeah, maybe you should reach out or whatever, because I'm not, whatever I'm doing is not working or whatever. But then on the other side of the store, all the other ladies are sitting down, and, I can't remember how it came up. I think Bethenny brought it up. I think Bethenny asked Lisa Rinna what was going on or something like that. And Lisa Rinna says she feels a little responsible for Kim's relapse and the way that she's acting now. And I'm sitting here looking at the TV like, now, why would you feel responsible, Lisa Rinna, for another grown woman's actions, First of all, Kim had this substance abuse problem way before she even met you, way before last season when you came onto this show. There is nothing that you did to make her backslide. She was already on a backslide when last season started, okay? Y'all might have been in denial, but I don't believe she was ever sober, if you want to know the truth. I mean, because she's acting the same way all the time on the show. So I don't know what that, why people want to say, oh, she was sober and then she's not. I mean, maybe she has a couple of days where she's sober, but I really don't think she's been sober since, the beginning of the season of this series. Anyways, but I just feel like, why is Lisa Rinna making it all about her? It was just kind of weird, and it seemed like she was kind of trying to do that the last time they were talking about Kim. And so Kyle walks over, everybody gets quiet. Bethenny kind of explains what's going on, and Kyle is just feeling like she just wants to move on. She's kind of tired of talking about her sister. She's like, every time, you know, my sister Kim comes up, it's like, can we please just move on, you know? But, oh, excuse me, but that is what that is. I don't know. That's kind of it for the book signing. Later on, I guess that evening, they were back at the rental house, and they were all about to sit down to this nice seafood dinner. Ken is there, because, you know, Ken is there with Lisa, and they bring Giggy. So they're all sitting down, and Ken is like, can Giggy have a chair? I kind of looks at him like, okay, I'll get a chair for Giggy. She's a good hostess, because I would have been like, that motherfucking dog better go sit down on the floor away from my table, okay? So she goes and gives him a chair, and the chair doesn't have one of those cushion seat things in it. So he's like, oh, he won't sit on that. I'll sit on that, and he can sit here. So he takes the hard seat and gives Giggy the dang seat with the cushion. I'm sitting up here like, something is wrong with this scenario. Now, y'all remember first season when they were at Adrian's and Paul's house, and Ken was letting Giggy drink out of the gold-plated goblet. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Why do they treat this dog as if he is a real human? He's not. He's a dog. They belong on the damn floor, not anywhere near my dining room table. I'm sorry. Our cat, he knows that he is not allowed on my furniture. He's not allowed, definitely not allowed on anything in my kitchen. He better not if he want his life. And, you know, I mean, I just don't get it's gross. It's disgusting. And I'm sorry, I would have said something if I was there. There's no way I'm going to eat with the dog at the table. I just can't do it. I don't even like to eat with messy ass people at the table, let alone damn dog, okay? Anyways, so yeah, let's move off of that, because I could talk about that for a while. So Lisa asks Eileen if they're okay, if everything is good between them. I feel like the back of my hair is just not right. She asks Eileen, is everything good with them? Eileen is just like, well, I feel like, by me expressing my feelings to you as like I did something wrong, you made me feel like I did something wrong, and all I was doing was just expressing how you made me feel. And Lisa's just sitting there looking at her like she's just bored. Like, I just don't want to have this conversation with you. I don't even want to talk to you right now, Lisa's just like, well, I guess I can't do anything right. I was just trying to ask a question or whatever. So then she's still not really just telling Eileen, I apologize for hurting your feelings. That was not my intentions. Instead of just saying that, she goes on to defend herself and her actions. And, I don't know. It just made me think of Lisa Vanderpump in a different light. She's just not coming across very likable this season to me. Like, in the beginning, I was excited that her and Kyle were, back buddies again. But I don't know, ever since I think Erika Jane came into the scene, Lisa has just been a little different. And, with her, the way she's acting with Eileen, I don't know. She's kind of turning me off from her a little bit. But anyways, so what did they talk about? How did they do this? I can't remember how they transitioned, but somehow, Erica's like, oh my God, can I get a drink? Can I get a drink? I need a drink. And Lisa Vanderpump looks at her and she's like, well, I'm glad you're here. So now you can kind of get the backstory or whatever. So Erica's like, can I ask anything that I want? She's like, yeah. She's like, okay, well, why y'all motherfuckers don't like Brandi? What is the deal? Because I guess we haven't really seen it on camera. But I guess throughout the trip, they were talking a lot about Brandi. And so Erica's like, what's the thing with Brandi? Why don't you guys like Brandi? And Lisa Vanderpump is just basically like, look, she wanted me to be her only friend. She didn't want me to have friendships with other people. And then she tried to come in between me and Kyle. She also tries to come in between Kyle and her sister. So then Kyle jumps in and is like, yeah, she tried to come in between me and my sister and she succeeded or whatever. But then Kyle is just like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's always about my family. Why doesn't anyone else talk about their family and their issues and things like that? And you know, then they start going around like, yeah, what keeps you up at night? What keeps you up at night? Lisa Vanderpump says nothing keeps her up at night. She goes right to sleep. She has no worries. Everything is good in her life. And I mean, I tend to believe her because, like what they were saying on the show, I have always thought about Lisa Vanderpump is that she's not that deep of a person. So in order to actually be worried about something or to just feel some type of, you know, little anxiety or anything like that, you have to be a little deeper of a person. I just don't think that she's able to dig that deep. And Kai was like, she doesn't know if Lisa is lying to them or if Lisa is lying to herself or whatever. I think she's just lying. I think she's lying to herself. I think that she has created this life for herself that is out on the outside looking in. It looks perfect. And she wants to keep up that image. And you know what? And it may not even be keeping up an image. It may just be who she is. Because some people can just kind of float through life and not really have too many cares. You know, they and just don't really give a lot of themselves to other people as far as, you know, on a deeper level. Some people are just like that, and I think Lisa Vanderpump is just one of those people. It doesn't make her a bad person. I mean, but it, you know, it just makes her a person that can't really get deep into the way that they feel or express that to other people, which is, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, she likes to dig and poke, you know, at people. But anyway, so yeah, so Kyle's like, look, move on. Eileen decides that this is the time to share the fact that she used to be in an abusive relationship or whatever. But it was like the way that she said it. She kind of said it like, look, I'm going to tell you a story. Okay. It's very interesting. Look, this is what happened. You know, like it was kind of like that's how she was telling the story. But then this actual story didn't match her body language and the way that she was talking, you know. It was a little weird, but, you know, I'm glad that she was able to get out of that situation. Domestic violence is not a good situation for anyone. So hopefully if any one of you guys are in that situation, please get help. Male, female, whatever. Get some help because it rarely ends. It rarely ends up in a good place. Anyways, let's not get all sad up on this blog. Anyway, so let's go back to the whole Brandi thing. I was seen on Twitter. I was on Twitter and they were saying that some people were posting that they want Brandi to come back to the show so that she can hang out with Erika Jayne because she feels like they feel like Erika and Brandi are similar. And I do not feel that way at all. Like, one, I'm so happy Brandi is not on the show anymore. She was getting so annoying. She's so self-destructive. And she just really needed to take a step away, I felt like, from all of the Real Housewives spotlight and just kind of focus on getting herself together. But I don't think that Erika Jayne, not from what she's shown us in these last few episodes, is anything like Brandi, just because Brandi seems like she likes that shock factor and she just she'll do anything for the attention. As I don't get that from Erika. You know, she has her Erika Jayne, you know, her stage personality or whatever. But, you know, just when she's around people and she's in her normal, a regular environment, not on stage or filming a video, she is, you know, kind of reserved. You know, she's down to earth. She seems like she likes to have fun, but she's not all destructive and just, you know, just like Brandi, just disruptive and just not good for the show, in my opinion. Anyways, so move on. Kyle, okay, I already talked about that. I talked about that too. I think I just got ahead of my notes. Actually, I don't even think I'm following my notes at this point. My head is really cloudy. I just took some cold medicine. And this cat is getting on my nerves. Move out of here, Simba. Bye. Goodness gracious. So, in the next scene, we see Erika. She is in her private plane, you guys. It must be nice, okay? Nice as hell to have a private plane. And did they have a bed on that plane? I could have sworn I saw the flight attendant fixing up a bed in the back. I'm like, ain't this some shit? Oh my God, okay? That is living. That is the good life for real. You don't have to go through airport security. You don't have to stand in line. You don't have to sit on a plane with all these crazy motherfuckers coughing all over you, little kids in the back throwing crayons and stuff and just, acting crazy. That's living, girl. That is living, and I am a little jealous of that plane, okay? I don't get jealous often. I'm jealous of having your own plane, because, oh my God, if I have my own plane, y'all wouldn't be able to tell me anything. I'll be everywhere, okay? Anyways, so she goes to get Yolanda. Yolanda gets on the airplane, and Yolanda is just like, she is so relieved to have all the silicone out of her body. She said silicone was like all up here in her chest cavities, on her neck, like everywhere. They showed like some of it, but I closed my eyes because I didn't want to see any of that nasty stuff coming up out of her boobs or her chest or anywhere else they took it from. I didn't want to see it. But she says she's already starting to feel better, and she's pretty sure that this is what was wrong with her, and now her immune system can get stronger. I'm pretty sure that was what was wrong with her too. I mean, you got loose ass silicone floating around in your body, like I said last time, for years and years and years. I mean, it has to make you sick, right? And so hopefully this will be the end of Yolanda and her 1,000,001 pills and always sick and all of this. Hopefully she is going to be better for the rest of the show. She's going to be able to participate as a normal housewife and all of that. So I'm looking forward to her getting back to herself and, coming back onto the show. I do like Yolanda. I was getting sick and tired of hearing about this damn Lyme disease and what is wrong with her. Like, figure it out, girl. Figure it out. It wasn't what you thought it was. That's what I knew that. I always knew that. I always said that she was sick. I felt like she was sick, but I felt like it wasn't what she was saying it was. And I thought she was making herself even more sick with all of the treatments and things that she was doing. But it turns out it was all of the silicone that was in her body that was most likely causing all of her issues. So I'm happy that she is getting better, and I look forward to seeing her in some future episodes. Anyways, that is that. So Lisa Vanderpump is hosting a dog event for what do they call them? Are they rescue dogs? Oh my goodness, I cannot remember the name of these dogs, but they are the type of dogs that I guess they can sniff out sicknesses and just find things and just what are they called? I think they are the rescue dogs. I can't remember. But anyway, so she's hosting a charity event at Pump, her restaurant, for the dogs, and this is when we meet the new. Oh, before I talk about the new housewife, what's her name? Stephanie. I think that's her name. What is her name? Catherine is her name. But before we start talking about Catherine, Camille Grammer comes in, right? And she's like greeting everybody. Why does Camille always look so like happy and surprised at the same time just to see people? She's always like, hi. And I'm like, I'm not sure if it's her Botox and her eyes just can't relax or what, and then her voice just comes out overly enthusiastic. Like, I'm like, girl, calm down with that. I mean, she's always just like, and I just really think it's just her Botox that gives her that look, but it's hilarious to me. So anyway, so now we meet the new housewife, Catherine Edwards. She used to be married, I cannot think of this guy's name, OJ's best friend. She used to be married to him, O.J. Simpson. She used to be married to him, and then supposedly he had an affair with Nicole Simpson or whatever. I don't know about all of that. But, so we meet Catherine, and she's, chit-chatting with Lisa Rinna, and I believe Eileen was sitting there as well. And Lisa Rinna just looks at her and was like, the only thing I can think of when I'm looking at you is OJ. And I'm like, really, Lisa Rinna? That's what you say to this woman right now? She done already told you that she's remarried for like 13 years. So that is so much in her past. And then, like, who says stuff like that? Lisa Rinna loves to offend people. I think that's her thing. I think her thing is offending people and just saying whatever the hell comes to her mind. She says that she puts her foot in her mouth a lot of times. Girl, you need to learn how to not put your damn foot in your mouth, because that was just, tacky. But Catherine took it in stride, and she's like, oh, it's okay, whatever, It is what it is. That was a long time ago. I was only married to dude for like 8 years. I didn't run in his circles, okay? I was just like, oh my God, Lisa Rinna, you are a mess. So they go ahead, they participate in the event. Lisa Vanderpump gives a speech. They're outside. The ladies are like, it is like 110 degrees out here. We need to go. It's hot. So they had already made plans to go to another bar afterwards. So they all go to a bar. It's it's Kyle, it's Eileen, it's Lisa, Rinna, it is Catherine and Erika Jane, and then Lisa Vanderpump comes and joins them later. So they're all sitting around, and they use this time to pick Catherine's brain and just kind of get the rundown of what's been going on with her and all of this. She says that she knew Yolanda. They were like, oh, we're wondering if you knew Yolanda from modeling. She's like, yes, I did know Yolanda from modeling, and I never wanted to go up against Yolanda. So every time I saw Yolanda she's like, every time she saw Yolanda at an audition or whatever, casting, she just packed herself up and went on home. But Yolanda does seem like she made a great model. I mean, she has the physique for it. She's got those strong features, those really strong, not so much soft, but just really strong features. So she does seem like she would have made a very good model. Anyways, and then Kyle asked Catherine if she knew Faye Resnick, right? And I'm sitting here thinking like, Kyle, now you're starting shit right now because you had just said in the scene before that you were not going to ask her if she knew Faye because you didn't want to get in the middle of any mess or whatever. But I think the producers were in your ear, Kyle, and was like, girl, you better go ahead and ask her what you need to ask her. So Kyle asked her, and she's like, no, I don't know Faye Resnick. I've never even met the woman. Kyle doesn't believe it because she said Faye told her that it was so. Catherine says that Faye put her in the book. Faye wrote this book right after, because Faye was best friends with Nicole Simpson Brown. So right after the murders, I guess Faye Resnick had wrote this book. And that was the issue that Camille had with her in first season. Camille didn't like Faye Resnick because of the book that she wrote, because she felt like it just wasn't appropriate to write a book and post. I think she posed for Playboy and all of that. So, but Camille, Watch What Happens Live said that her and Faye are cool now or whatever. Anyway, so Catherine is just like, she put me in her book. She didn't know me. She painted me to be the wife that just basically was there for the money. And I turned my head to everything my husband was doing, because I guess Faye put in the book that Nicole Simpson Brown did have an affair with dude. Can I think of what the hell is his name, Marcus? I can't think of what the hell his name is right now, y'all. Y'all saw the show, so y'all know what the man's name is. Anyways, I just feel like Kyle was just kind of trying to start a little mess, because then she said in her interview that she felt like Catherine's response was a little aggressive. And I was like, I didn't think her response was aggressive at all. Like, she didn't come across aggressive. She didn't raise her voice. She just answered your question, So I'm like, okay, we're working up to some drama going down between Faye Resnick and Catherine Edwards, and Kyle Richards is going to have her little happy ass right in the middle. That is what we are working our way to. So that was kind of the end of that. And then there was just one other thing I wanted to mention was Eileen said that she and her husband Vinny are going on a trip to Italy, and she was going to take her sister's ashes and sprinkle them, because she said Italy was her sister's favorite place to go. So she was going to just sprinkle her ashes around. And I thought that was really sweet, because if you guys remember when last season first started, when they first started filming last season, so we saw the first episode, it had been, months later, but when they first started filming, Eileen's sister had just passed away 5 or 6 months before they started filming last season, and it was her first season on the show. So that could have been why we didn't get a lot of her personality either last season, because she's definitely a lot more outspoken so far this season, which is something really, really sad to go through. But, spreading the ashes in her sister's favorite place could possibly be a little closure for her. And it's really sweet thing to do. So, I don't know. I lost a sister very, very suddenly in a car accident. And I am always a little empathetic towards people that, have lost someone, especially a sibling, because it's hard to lose a sibling. It really is. But anyways, I'm not going to end this vlog on a sad note, y'all. What y'all think about Kyle and her being a shit starter. Now y'all know I love me some Kyle, but Kyle, I think you're being a shit starter right now with Catherine and Faye. But we shall see how the rest of the season goes. We already know next week they're gonna have a little showdown. Catherine and Faye are, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Anyways, you guys, that is it. I'm sorry this vlog was just like kind of blah, but I mean, I don't know. It might not be blah, you guys. I'm gonna have to watch it back. In my mind, it sounds a little blah, but it could just be because my voice is all like stuffy and sounds all stuffy or whatever. But that's all I have for The Real Housewives, season 6, episode number 8. I am going to be back with my Mob Wives review. I'm not going to do it tonight. I have to go lay it down and rest my throat. So I'm getting over the cold that I had, but it's still like lingering. So I'll probably do Mob Wives in the morning. I actually haven't even watched the episode yet. So I'm going to watch it tonight, and then I'll probably do the vlog in the morning. But, so, what was I going to say? But, what? I forgot. Anyway, so I guess it wasn't important. That's the end of my blog. That's all I got for tonight, you guys. So until next time, please stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel is just saying. Bye-bye.